episode 3.
Take a doink.
Thor, you got to introduce us now.
What's up, guys? This is Thor. There's Ep3, episode 3 of our podcast that named something.
Everything
all
has to go.
Everything has to go.
Yes.
No, everything must go is the movie.
Right.
Everything
Everything
has to
has
go.
to go.
All right. Anyway, I'm Dan. What am I? White Oak.
Yes.
There we go. We'll go down the line.
Kyle's back, but yeah, I still don't have like a real nickname, but that's cool. Who cares?
You got Cure?
Care.
Yeah.
I'm Thor for the second time. Still there, Daddy T.
Brad. Bruce, Colorado Springs.
Sean, a.k.a. Rich Mahogany, a.k.a. Cola Bar from D&D.
Would you say Cola Bar?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I like that. And way in the back, Mr. Snacking over there.
Yeah. Snacking.
Once a week, Trey.
Once a week tray. I like that. That's a good one.
A.k.a. Trayvon.
You bunch of
Degenerates.
I know.
For fuck's sake. You could have done this beforehand.
You could have done it beforehand. I gave you a heads
I
up.
thought there was.
But Bennett, how are they going to know we actually smoke unless they hear
Yeah,
us smoking?
how are they going to know we're actually cool?
Exactly.
You got something to say, Trey?
It's a shoe thing.
All
It's
right.
a shoehorn.
All right, we're starting today.
To like slide your fucking feet in, yeah.
We're starting today with elevator stories. So, we're going to start with Boot on this one.
Ooh. Is he
That
capable?
face.
His facial expression is pretty bad right now.
All right. We'll still go back. We'll go back to him
What
after
about
me.
you, Sean?
Oh, I got 2 elevator ones. The first one, I was with Jake, and it was with Nike. You know, the guy that had that real bad breath kind of shit. Like, we literally got in the elevator, floated it up. We're in there. He says one thing, he literally filled up the entire fucking thing. And I was so mad. Because I just ended up picking up the chair that I had and like putting my face next to my fucking wrist where I had my fucking cologne sprayed. I was just like this fucking kid, we need to get him some fucking gum or toothbrushes. Because there were times I did offer him gum. Everyone else in the truck took the gum. I was like, hey man, you want some gum? Oh no, dude, I'm good. Like, you're not good though. Like your mouth smells like rotten salmon milk. Like, come on, dude. Like, come on.
I wonder how that guy does wearing a mask every day.
Dude, he's no way he could wear a mask any day. Like, that would be so bad. Because there's sometimes I'll eat some like corn chips or something. I just smell corn chips in my mask.
Maybe he started brushing his teeth after the whole mask thing.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know if that'll fix it at a certain point, though. I feel like it's got to.
Yeah, there's only a certain point like toothpaste can fix rotten salmon milk.
It hurt.
I mean, that's a good spot to start.
Just teeth just start falling out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You keep those gums nice and fresh.
Yeah, exactly. Just brush upwards and they won't fall out.
Yeah.
Push him in farther. Yeah.
Another
Yeah, you said
elevator.
it too.
Yeah. Another elevator one fucking pissed me off. Like, it wasn't bad, but it pissed me off. Fucking house. We were at a place with an elevator and everything, so we kept loading things up like at the front to like put them all on there. And we come back, we're like, where the fuck is house? Where the fuck is this guy? Ding! He opens it up, grabs one thing, puts it on there, and fucking sends it back up. I was like, this son of a bitch.
Efficient.
Yeah, making the day take longer.
Yeah, I was like, and he's using the elevator too. Like, we were going to like the 4th story, like I think over at the Uncommons or something. I was like, house.
All right, Brad, you're up next. We know you got them.
Yeah, I got 2 pretty quick ones, but they're pretty good. Fucking, both of them are at old folks' homes. First one, me and Jake Wilson. For you guys that didn't know, crazy ass Jay Willie.
Oh, Jay Willie.
But me and him one time screwing around, carrying this headboard, to the elevator. The elevator opens up. We sat there for a solid minute. We passed this old man down the hallway. So we'd already loaded a bunch of stuff on the elevator, taken it down, put it outside the elevator, come back up, came to grab more stuff. This old man, he was fuming by that point, and He ended up pushing Jake Wilson out of the elevator and said, "That's enough, you young boy. I got to get to lunch, and you're causing me problems." So literally pushed Jake off the elevator, took it down. So we were like, well, what the fuck, man? I guess we'll just wait for him to get off the elevator. That took another 10 minutes. But he gets off the elevator just to realize that the lunchtime was already over. So he got down there and then just started chatting with some old lady, shook his head at us as we walked by. The other time, another old folks home, I was with dumbass Joe, and they had 2 elevators in there. They had a west wing elevator and an east wing elevator. Well, the person we were moving was on the 3rd floor. Only the east wing elevator went to the 3rd floor. So Joe kept going to the west wing elevator, walking up, or taking it to the 2nd floor, walking out, walking around, not knowing where the fuck he was, going back down that same elevator, and then coming back out to the truck to ask me how to get to the 3rd floor. Then I would take him up there, he would write it down, and then walk over to the elevator. He did that about 6 or 7 times. He was gone for like half an hour at one point.
That probably didn't slow you down any.
No, but it was just like, man, I don't get, you walk in and you see 1 and 2. You're like, well, I'll just fucking hit 2. That might be 3. It equals 3 if you add them together.
He just hit both.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Thor.
I honestly don't have too many terrible ones. The one that comes to mind is at the Uncommon, which will be a
That'll be a
recurring
theme.
Yeah. I was waiting on that one, so.
The worst thing that happened to me though is we were moving to the exclusive floor that had speakers under their sinks and bullshit. And I just
So fancy.
I just remember being up there and we were almost done, and I was walking back to the elevator, like maybe 10 feet away, and I just see a girl in there just furiously pressing the button to make the door close and to not let me ride the elevator down with her with just a dolly. And I don't know, it's not really a terrible story compared to the rest of yours, but I was a little pissed about it.
Just didn't like your wook ass.
So like, yeah, this guy right here, like,
So
he
you
probably
specific-
listens to like electronica music and like does drugs.
yeah.
Like,
She couldn't handle the dirt daddy.
Yeah.
That's
how many people can handle the dirt daddy though?
She didn't want to get stuck in that elevator. 50-50.
Yeah. Is that a bass nectar tattoo?
Oh no. Oh, that guy has to be a rapist just like him too.
Shit, I was
Ooh, man.
17 3 years ago.
Yeah. Now you're 18.
All right, Kyle.
Okay. So I just thought of a few since the other things were brought up. But yeah, again, so going back to the uncommons, very short, very sweet. But
Worthy.
that was like my second day that, yeah, we had the mass movement. That was when it first got built. And the elevator broke within like the first 2 hours that we were there, and then
Yeah.
we just had to carry everything.
Oh, yeah.
So that was real dumb. The other real quick one too, that again, like the elevator didn't necessarily break or have any sort of issues as far as that was concerned. It was more location wise. It was an apartment in Denver that was supposed to be on the 1st floor and ended up being on the 4th. But the only elevator that they had, it was literally like a 9.5 minute walk to the apartment. It was on the exact opposite end of the building, and it was like a full block fucking giant piece of shit apartment complex. Absolutely the worst thing ever. We got there at like noon because we loaded up so quick, and then we weren't done till like almost 9, and it was just me and Doug. It was a terrible
Oh, I
night.
remember hearing about that one.
That shit was awful.
Yeah.
But then the other one that I just thought of, which was also really funny and also an old folks home thing, and I can't remember who was on that with me, but there was one situation where we were doing a 3rd floor. I think there was at least 3 or 4 of us, because we were waiting up top, and then there was somebody else sending stuff up to us. And we were just like, you know, the typical nobody in the elevator
Yeah.
exactly, but you send the stuff up and then the people upstairs take it to wherever. So we were doing that, and I put 2 dollies and both of our 4-wheelers back on the elevator and tried to send it back down, and it stopped between floors like halfway down. So we had to carry the rest of the stuff up a staircase that was like infinitely more far away from where we were at that point too, and we still didn't get them back until like 2 hours later when we were like completely done unloading, probably 45 minutes before that, and just had to wait for them to figure out how to like get the shit off of the elevator. It was pretty terrible.
That's pretty classic.
All right.
Sounds about right.
Trayvon.
I think the only one I have, again, with Doug, elevator was not working when we got there, and it was on the 4th floor, and just had to carry everything.
It's
Down
always
the
the worst.
stairs, and the stairs are actually really narrow, so
Mhm.
that didn't help at all. And so when you got to the bottom floor, the door wasn't right at the end of the stairs, it was like a turn like this too, and like you turned around, and that took way longer than it should have.
Yeah. Did have an old lady at the memory care unit get out of there.
You let her loose.
Something, dude. She got out, and she rode the elevator all the way to the top floor, which is only like the fucking second or third floor, because she thought that the memory care unit was in an underground bunker. She thought that's where they were keeping them, was in the basement. So she beelined it, and by beelined it I mean like F-lined it, but beelined it to the
Slowly
elevator.
being-
Yeah. She somehow made it all the way to the elevator, got on it, pushed the buttons. They were freaking out looking for her, and I was like, "Are you looking for the older lady?" Well, shit, old folks. Yeah. But specifically, she was wearing a pinkish kind of blouse shirt thing with this huge lanyard that just had a million fucking like medallions on it, and it just looked like she, Michael Phelps Olympic style. But they were like, yeah. Did you see her? I was like, yeah, she just got on the elevator. They're like, what the fuck? So they open the elevator, she's not there, so then they start freaking out more, and maintenance guys are running around they eventually just found her in the hallway on the 3rd floor, but she was insistent that they were underground, and she was going to make her way into the daylight.
I mean,
She made it there.
if she got on the elevator, there's no way she made it out of the building.
Yeah.
She's
Well,
just
and
on a
that's
different
what's
floor.
funny, though, is there's windows in those units, so she could see she's on the main floor.
She
but
can
I'm sure
see
she
it
thought
outside.
it was,
It's
she
a
probably
picture.
thought it was,
It's a picture.
Government life.
You're on the 4th floor, and she got in the elevator?
No, the memory care unit is on the 1st
Main
floor.
Oh, okay.
So she got in the elevator thinking she was underground
Yeah.
and took it up to the top floor.
I thought she made it farther
Yeah.
down. I was like,
I wish you would have told me something. I'd have been like, "Hey, lady, this way."
Follow me.
hop in this box.
I'm gonna help
to the
you out.
chopper.
Yeah, just lead her back.
Here, get on. I got you.
Just remember,
Yeah.
trust no one.
I was gonna say, dude, I'll help her break out of that motherfucker, man.
Now it's time for the moment we've been waiting for.
Yeah,
Yeah. So we're going back to the uncommons for the third floor.
Always the uncommon.
This is the worst elevator that there is. Maybe.
I think it's definitely probably the worst one in town. We've all got a story about it.
Exactly.
Every fucking person. Fuck that place. Fuck everyone who works there. So I don't even know. I don't remember anything else about this job.
It was you and George.
It was me and George. So
Sure,
yeah.
he was slothing his
But
way around.
so yeah, we were fucking around. So those doors close right away. Like they're not ADA approved. No fucking
No way, dude.
Because no one in a wheelchair could get in that as quickly as it fucking closes.
It's for college kids.
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
And fucking,
They're ableist.
God, Jesus Christ! Everyone who lives in there is a cunt. Like,
Yes.
it's one of the requirements to be an uncommoner, as it says at the door. You have to be a huge pretentious cunt.
But also as common as possible. Super
Yes.
white, super white,
As
super
basic.
black.
It's so common they have a fucking Starbucks attached in the building.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Do they still have that pot belly?
No, that's
No.
Let's go.
It's a gym now.
That's too common.
yeah.
It was too uncommon.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Needs to
But
be a
yeah,
boutique.
we're there doing a job, and me and George, and I don't know. We somehow, because when you hold it open for too long, it freaks out and does this horrible beeping, and so we did that.
And by too long, you mean 4 seconds?
Yeah, 4 seconds. So 4 seconds later, I'm stuck in the elevator with the beeping going, just constantly. And I'm like, all right, cool. Get George. Hey, dude, stuck in here. Go find fucking maintenance. 15 minutes. George late comes back. It's still. Yeah, so the guy up there is like playing his Nintendo Switch, and like I don't know, it's 4th of July weekend, so the elevator guy's out of town. And, Like, all right, so nothing's been solved. Cool. Right on. So I actually make calls. I forgot about this. I actually called from the box that's in there. That, you know, when you're a kid, you're all fucking, you want to fucking make a call from the fire phone. But got to do that.
Did the fire department come?
No, I just talked to some girl who was just like confused as to what was going on.
So you're calling from inside the
Yes, you're in the building. Yes, I'm stuck in the fucking elevator. You hear the fucking noise.
I mean, to be fair though,
Fuck, dude.
could you imagine being her answering that phone? Like,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
I'm stuck in the elevator of the Uncommons. She's like,
It's like, of
what the
course
fuck
you
words
would.
did you just say?
Was it a number? Like, was there a number for you to dial?
I'm the 24.
It's a button.
Oh, you just hit the button
Yeah,
and
they-
it dialed whatever number
And
it
then
was.
I talked to a random girl.
Is this like when the building was new still?
No, not really.
It's a relatively new building,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's just a
It's a piece of shit.
yeah.
now you gotta say the best part though.
What? He's stuck in there, still just accepting defeat. And actually, over the phone, she told me, well, have you tried breaking out? I was like, no. Like, I don't want to fucking break your elevator. Well, she's like, well, maybe you should try. Like, yeah.
And then you did it.
And then so I did. I go full on, well, a couple times, like, wedging myself to try and get a crack where I could stick my fingers. And I did, and I could tell I broke it. But I also kicked that motherfucker. So
I mean, rightfully
yeah,
so.
It's all on video.
Yeah, it's all on video.
Yeah,
If I
we
could get a hold of
if
this
we
video,
all saw the video.
We should just have
We
it
all
looping
saw
in
it.
the
Yeah. Instead of the picture, just have a clue.
Yeah, ultimately, JD, like, they brought us with, like, yeah, so it's gonna be like 1,800. And JD was like, how about 800? She's like, we'll split it.
Yeah.
Deal. Right away.
Yeah.
Because they fucking had the audio probably for the phone call too. And she
Oh, yeah.
told me to fucking do
oh
that.
yeah.
Which
the
I
video,
probably would
too.
have done that eventually.
How long were you stuck in there?
Easily 45 minutes.
It was. It
And
was.
George was out there doing.
I was gonna
fuck
say it was
knows.
40. I think it was 40.
That was stressing
eating
me out more
Cheetos
than
or something.
anything.
I think it was,
It's like,
yeah.
what the fuck is he doing?
Are you at least unloading the truck?
Probably more.
You left him alone. He's playing Switch with
Yeah,
that
yeah.
He's sitting there playing Nintendo.
Just in a nap on a pad stand.
So no, I don't think you
Yeah,
understand.
well,
there.
and
Ooh, is
Jenna
that
was
Monster
in the
Hunter?
outfit. That was no fucking help.
Oh, back when Jenna was around
Yeah,
too.
I
Yeah.
think George basically called Rao and he came back in and helped. But at that point, I had broken my way out of the fucking elevator.
Save yourself.
Like a
And,
champ.
Yeah, and there was another guy, one of those pretentious cunts who lives there, comes in and fucking just goes in there, stands there, presses the button.
Nothing happens.
And I'm like, hey, bro, it's broken.
It's broken.
Get out of
Yeah.
here. Like, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Just take this other one. Okay. Jesus fucking
As a quick PSA, I learned
Fuck
you
those
can just
people.
call the fire department directly, and they have like all of the tools they need to let you out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
fuck
But that,
management.
dude, they would have
Don't let 'em know.
broken. That was the thing. It's like, dude, if the fire department came, they would have broke that way worse than
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, they would have been there. For
Oh, they would have clawed that bitch
Yes.
open. Yeah.
Oh, totally.
One thing I
They got
also
that
remember.
wrench key in the top.
Yeah.
That just if you see the if you see the little hole
Oh,
in the
yeah.
elevator doors and you see all the places where it's slightly bent, it's because the fire department has ripped that bitch open.
One thing that's so like talking about getting locked out of a place one time. I think it was either Bennett or Brad was in the office because it was me, Rao, and one of you guys were on the job too. Like we were down there in like Old Town moving an office and everything, and we actually had to like try to get in there. Like this person came up about the Winterfest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he almost ran George.
Yeah,
over
he almost like ran George over, and like he's going off, and I come up to Boot like, "Hey, Boot, this guy's doing this and this," and he's like, "Dan, Rao, deal with this guy." He looks over and he's eating a Tupperware fucking broth and everything in the cab of the fucking truck. Literally, he's eating a Tupperware full of broth. Looks over, he's like, "Okay, cool." So we had to move all our stuff because he had to set up for Winterfest. Like, we can't be here because there'll be so many people here for Winterfest. Gets all up and at us about Winterfest. Turns out Winterfest is a couple blocks away from
Not
us.
the right door. And everyone else was already set up from the night before.
I'm pretty sure I remember this. I'm
And it
pretty
was
sure
like-
I was there for that.
You were there.
Yeah, I think you
Motherfuckers
were in
just
the
selling
office. You were
us
in the office.
Because I was like,
Hand
am I gonna have to
plates
come out and
and
fight somebody with you guys?
Yeah.
So like going back to
It
it
was
and
like,
everything,
okay.
and like the door locked automatically, but we had some snow, like in a bucket full of snow melt, like holding the door open and everything. You know, we're getting the trucks all set up and all that. I turned around and started walking back to the door. I see the door shut. I'm like, that's not good. Well, I'll go over there, try to open it. And then cut to like 45 minutes later, we're fucking calling Brad and everything, telling him what's happening. He's like, well, what are you going to do? I was like, well, we can't call the customer because the number we have for the customer is the office phone. And we're moving them. So that's all disconnected and everything. And we can't just leave because George left his Red Bull and jacket up there. Like, what do we do? He's like,
No, we
I don't
even
know.
started the job.
No, yeah, we did the walkthrough. I mean,
Yes,
we
and then got locked out and
Yep.
assaulted by fucking George R.R. Martin.
It's pretty good
Just
description.
like him, he wore a beret and was all fat and had the beard and everything.
It was so
Eventually,
fucking
they
funny.
just came down, right? It's like,
Yeah, it was like-
we haven't seen you guys in a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah, it's like it's been like 45
Yeah.
minutes. We thought like something happened, but we didn't
Fair
think so because
enough.
like your jackets and everything were still up. We're like,
Yeah.
we've been locked out for like so long. We couldn't do anything. Like we kept walking around the entire building, going to the other doors, like banging on it, trying to get in. And we could not get
The
in.
worst part, I went out front. I went through fucking Winterfest. No one was in there. It was a fucking joke. We go out front, and this is the only time in the world I've ever seen downtown Fort Collins in front of the Opera Galleria, completely wide open parking. One fucking car.
The only time
But he
it's
had
ever
to
happened.
be in his
He
fucking
had to be
Kia
there.
Soul in the fucking alleyway in the loading zone. He just had to be there.
Fucking-
Everyone's gonna be coming through here. It's Winterfest. But
It was so fucking bad.
Not one
Locked us
fucking
out of
person
the
went
job and everything. We were like, what the fuck do we do? We can't just fucking leave.
It
Like,
was
what do
all
we
early
do?
in the morning.
Yeah, it was like it was
nobody's around.
cold. We were all in our jackets and everything. There was snow on the ground. Call Brad, try to explain to him what's happening. He's like, what?
Sorry,
Good
bud.
luck.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Is
Can
it
you-
Winterfest? I don't know.
Was it even Winterfest?
Yeah.
It was, but that
what
was
they
like 3
called
blocks
their
away.
But it was a craft fair.
It was, yeah, they were selling fucking hand-painted plates and shit. But like,
Because people need more.
I'm not even kidding you. That's like what most of the fucking kiosks were.
Yeah, they sell them so we can
It
put them
looked
in the
like a high
basement.
school fucking science fair.
And don't
Yes,
most
they
people
are.
usually set up the night before?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
all-
yeah.
All were set up already, and it was not open.
There's
There
about to
was
be
not
so many
one
people
car
coming
lined
through.
up
You
out
cannot
front,
be
let alone
here.
in the
Like-
alleyway behind.
And you have to like reserve your spot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, if I'm being honest, I think the same thing about New West Fest. Like, it's all bullshit.
it is all.
And I did not have a good time at New West Fest. You eat like one meal, and then you just look at shit.
Oh, you
for
ate at New
hours.
West
That was
Fest?
the
I
best
just
thing
walked
about
around
COVID
drinking.
in
Just
Fort
drinking.
Collins.
Yeah, that's what I
There
did.
was no New West Fest.
No, I was literally so
Guess that's
fucking
not cake.
heated when that happened.
That's the booth I liked. I could have the bonsai trees. You guys put in some work. It's like $400 or $500.
You're not into like the wolf shirts or
wolf.
whatever.
The fake native material.
Once you get a real truck stop
Exactly.
in America,
Holy shit, dude! Oh, we saw some of the best gas station T-shirts. It was in Canada.
Oh, yeah.
They had fucking Pug Gandalf
Ooh.
and like all these Lord of the Rings ones.
yeah.
I should have. It wasn't in my size.
That was what was that place? That was just like a random truck
It's just
stop.
a weird truck stop
Yeah,
that are all over the Midwest, like the big ones. That are,
Yeah.
You know, they have,
Like have
2
showers.
fast food restaurants and
The showers and
showers.
everything. Yeah.
Great meat sticks from local artisans.
Great.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
It's
they
true.
do.
There's an accurate assessment.
Yeah. Texture was a little off on these ones. I forget the brand name. I should catalog. I should write a book.
They're called
about
truck.
it.
Yeah. You should definitely have
You should
a
just
catalog.
start listing them. I'll start
Definitely.
attaching them to the
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
podcast.
All right. Well, I guess if we're going with locked out stories, the other one that I had of that's pretty fucking good was I can't remember who was working with me on that. I think it was Jake. But so the weird thing to begin with was we were moving this lady that was maybe like 45, or something into an old folks home that the average age was probably like 80.
Twice, yeah.
Yeah. But she was like, but it's cheap, and I don't know, whatever. It could be cool. And we were like, nah, it won't be. But of course, naturally then, we're going to the 3rd floor. Elevator sucks. I guess bringing it back to the theme of the start of the episode. But so the best part though was that they had like an airlock situation to get into the place. So there's 2 doors, and the outside one's unlocked, and then there's like a little box thing that you can call the residents on like whatever room, and you can talk to them through that sort of thing. And all that, and then the other one is like obviously locked, and you have to be either let in by somebody or whatever. So we've already been here for like 45 minutes at this point. Got most of the truck still left to unload, and we end up coming out with like a mattress, and we get wedged in there, and some old lady's just standing there watching us, and we're just like completely stuck. And we had a doorstop in there, and she was obviously the one who had like taken it out and was standing there with it and like walking towards the office with it. And we're like, yo, lady, we're still right here, still moving stuff, like banging on the door. And she looks directly at us and just keeps walking. And,
Makes eye contact.
I had to call the lady in the office from in there because there wasn't like an office thing. Like you had to either call the residents or just have a key. There was no option for like office assistants. So I had to call their office phone and tell the chick to walk over, which was on like the complete opposite side of the building. So she had to walk over and let us in, and then that happened 2 more times with the same fucking lady. She just kept being like, and it was the middle of the summer. It was like 95 degrees out. It wasn't cold. Like I understand when they get bitchy about that sort of thing. Like you open it for 2 seconds and it does get cold in there. But fuck that. It was the middle of the summer, so there was nothing on that front. Like it's just like you're just being an ass just to be an ass.
Yeah.
Why?
Put on a sweater, you silly bitch.
Exactly.
You tell them, Thor.
It happens all the time.
We could have a fucking segment on just old folks. Homes.
Yeah, we
Most
could.
of the elevator stories are.
But
So hold on, I have an old folks elevator story from this last week, and it's not like a bad story, but it's just hilarious.
pretty funny,
Oh yeah, I think I told Brad already.
Yeah.
So me and Tyler,
Yeah.
I think we were at an old folks home. We were taking stuff down. We had the elevator open on the 2nd floor, and it started ringing, and we were like,
Hello?
Did you try calling someone? What's happening right now? And it's ringing, and it answers itself, and it's a scam call for insurance. And so we're in this elevator, and it's like, your insurance is going to expire. You need to give us a call back. Your warranty's no good anymore.
God?
It's like,
God, my car insurance about to expire? Fuck, I better call them if it's God telling me this.
it was like. It was ridiculous. Like, these poor old people are getting scam calls in their elevator.
That's so bad. That'd be funny if you actually used the God voice. You're like,
I didn't know it was possible either.
that'd be so good.
You know, that reminds me of a story like that, but it's where my butt pushed the call button.
Yeah.
But it didn't make a noise, and the lady answered and was like, hello? And I went, oh, fuck! Because it scared the shit out of me. It was so loud. I was like, oh, fuck! She was like, you okay? And I was like, no! I mean, yeah, I'm good. What's going on? She's like, hey, this is an emergency line. Blah. I was like, oh, I'm in an elevator right now. Sorry, I think my butt hit the button. I work for a mover. I'm a mover. now I'm panicking at this point. I'm just like, oh, I work for a mover. I'm a mover. We're moving stuff out. Okay, we're fine. She was like, okay. Best part is fucking like an hour later, I hit that fucking button again, dude. I was ready this time though. I was like,
Mentally.
hello, yeah. Is there an emergency? I was like, no, still moving. And she just giggled and hung up. And I was like,
The fucking phone calls thing reminds me one time I was on a long call out in fucking South Dakota. Boot.
And it happens all the time. I'm probably not even allowed to call the cops in Fort Collins.
oh, when your phone was doing that shit?
Yeah, I would fucking pocket dial the police like every day. Same shit. But yeah, Spearfish, South Dakota. the operator's like, where are you? I'm like, in like Spearfish, South Dakota. She's like, yeah, like I'm the operator for Spearfish, because that's what happens when you call 911. You get a local operator.
Yeah. It's good to know it works.
Yeah. But,
Just testing.
No, they sent a cop out just to do a welfare check. I was like, no, we're just like moving these people in.
There's
It's
not
cool.
enough going
But no,
on
they
there.
sent him out. Sent him out, but I had to tell the customer, so the cops are coming.
So fucking
Just so you
funny.
know.
That's so funny.
I walk out to see the cop. He's kind of jacked, has
Yo,
some
he was
tattoos,
jacked.
and I'm like, "Sorry, man," and I reach into my pocket,
Oh, God.
and then I think like to grab my phone. It's my phone anyway. Sorry, so my phone in my pocket.
It's so funny too because it happened like
The cops probably
we were
just shot someone as usual.
because we were like we were moving a
I
washer.
don't want to be there.
Like, yeah, 'cause we were moving a fucking washer at that point. Me and him were just fucking moving it. We were fucking talking in the back. We're like, what the fuck is that, dude? He's like, I don't know. I was like, is that your phone? Pulls out the phone. Oh shit! Called 911.
Yeah, granted, I don't get cell phone service at my house, but in a
Spearfish.
basement in Spearfish, South Dakota, you're
Yeah,
calling the cops.
all day.
18
Go straight to the
days,
police.
Yeah.
It was so funny
Yeah.
too.
Embarrassing.
If he searched the trucks,
He would have found nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing at all would have been in those trucks.
he would have found the $10,000, $100,000 sound system that he was freaking out about it.
10,000,
That was a
And he said, dude, he said multiple times it was different increments of money.
Yes, and then didn't label it and made sure to put it in the front of his garage. It was the first box loaded on the bottom left front
Yeah.
corner of the truck.
Ooh.
People, yeah. People do that all the time, though. They're like, be super careful with that.
It was
Yeah, that was-
perfectly fucking fine.
that piece of furniture was 20 grand. It's like, nah, dog. I saw that at Target the other day.
Yeah.
It was salvaged from a sunken ship in the Indian Ocean.
Yeah, and it's like, really? I got one next to my bed.
You mean
Was that from the
Pier
Indian
1?
Ocean
Yeah.
too?
It's just like you throwing away that thing into the dumpster. I was like, hey, I have one of those.
The white clad
The ice box.
nightstand ice box.
Has an ice box in it?
Well, I mean, it did.
I think that company
It's got
just
trash in it.
phased out and then just started making nightstands. And
Could have been. Could have been, yeah.
like
Ditching the cooler.
our
Nightstands
giant
where the
oak
money's at.
coolers aren't selling it.
Nightstands
Yeah.
are where the money's at. How many nightstands do people?
I mean,
Everyone has
people do.
nightstands.
Oh, I know,
man.
but other people do, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like I had some folks, I was moving like a fucking 1940s or 50s vintage refrigerator. Like, look
Big,
sweet.
yeah.
One of the
Sweet
ones like kind of
handle,
the bubble
yeah,
front,
yeah.
all that.
They
Like
did
kind
Indiana
of.
Jones.
But no, dude, they were like so worried about it. They were talking about how it's this vintage thing. I found out that the whole front and the sides just unclip from it, and it's a regular ass
Plastic.
fridge because it's all they had was just like a just a
superficial.
cover, a case for it basically. But they thought this whole time that it was a vintage fridge, and I was
Oh
like,
my
"Nah,
God.
man, that's just a conversion kit from.
Yeah.
That's just a regular fridge."
How
I see those all the
How much
time.
did I pay for that?
It's a vintage.
I paid
19
$400 grand for
Monster
this.
is the
It was
fucking
on the bottom of the
fucking-
Titanic, I heard.
I'm pretty
Came
sure.
over on the Mayflower.
I'm pretty sure they
Back
didn't
to
have
trucking
hex head
company.
bolts for back in the 50s.
Pretty sure I couldn't use
Only
Allen's on
thing they
that.
saved off of that ship that went down.
Yeah, remember what it was? They made a movie about it.
The heart of the basement.
Yes.
You broke Sean.
R.I.P.
Jenna.
Well, next week we'll have a funeral. And,
Yeah.
For Derek when he dies at the amusement park.
what?
So
Oh, we talked.
there's a whole big
yeah.
story about Derek.
Yeah,
dying
yeah,
at the
Doug,
amusement
we
park.
talked. Like, it was a good 30-minute conversation we had, moving stuff. Like, what would it be at Derek's? Like, how would he die? Like, well, he would want to die at an amusement park, like kind of like things like the Tower of Terror kind of stuff, falling down, and they would rename it after him.
The Tower of Dare.
The Tower of Dare.
The
Yeah.
Tower of
And then like they have a little memorial out front, so they have like a fucking like
doink
metal
stick.
doink stick, and like a bunch of like fucking fingerboards you can use and all that.
Fingerboard
Yeah.
Park.
Just all that shit like out there and everything that he can do.
In memoriam.
The funeral will
Yeah.
have a 21 doink salute.
Yeah.
Everyone, instead of paying their respects at the
Have
casket,
to grind across
yeah,
it.
exactly.
Fingerboard tray.
Flip tray.
Yeah, Trey, what's the
What is it?
It's a 360 kickflip, I think.
That's
Something to do with three locations or something,
I have
maybe?
no idea.
I don't know.
Isn't that a shove it?
I've never heard that.
No, shove it's a
No,
one that
but
just
with the
fully goes
kickflip
around with a
variant.
180.
Oh, okay. So it's a
Both-
kickflip,
That's a varial
both
kick.
kickflip, shove it.
Both
Yeah.
360s in both degrees.
Most of my
Yes.
skateboarding tricks come
I
from
think.
Tony Hawk.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all the skateboarding.
Isn't it a hard flip?
No, that
No,
hard
no.
flips when it goes end over end.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's really
Through
hard.
your legs.
It's been a
It
long
makes
time
sense.
since I've
Yes.
dabbled
We
with
all
any kind of
skateboard,
boarding.
just to let you know.
Yeah,
We
totally.
get on our longboards and we go
Falling.
down Mason Avenue and we're just going.
I have owned a
surfing over there.
skateboard at one point in my life.
I have two.
I fell on.
Yeah.
I have a
That's a long
skateboard.
way.
It was off the shelf at Walmart.
We're a bunch of fucking degenerates.
That was a cool thing to do for
Yeah. There was.
10 years there.
And I was
All right.
14, it was the shit.
Anyway,
Longboard
Real
was
questions now.
But yeah, so again,
Go.
the only other thing that I'll add on that front is the reason that I think that it's called a tray flip as the
Because Trey did it.
no, well,
Yeah,
that
man.
too, but because obviously 360, so I think that's where the tray comes from.
garbage.
So
It's two
anyway,
360s.
but yeah,
Oh, so it's a
yeah,
360.
Who's
in
That's
charge
the
of this?
varial kick
Anyway.
would just be a
which is
180.
basically the same. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, we're
Yes.
talking about
Yes.
skateboarding.
Alright,
and
Yep.
Anyway,
Okay,
move on.
anyway.
All right.
We can move on.
Yes.
Hey, Tony Hawk, let us know.
We hit us up. We'll,
Bam.
We'll have Tony on next
you can be an advertisement.
Bam, no, swear.
All right. No, good one.
He doesn't know Steve-O.
I don't want Bam or Steve-O around.
Hey, Steve-O's better. He's good.
Yeah,
Steve-
I
Steve-O's
fuck with
walking.
Steve-O.
He'll
man.
never
I
hang
hang
with
with
Steve-O.
Steve-O.
Steve-O's got his shit together.
Yeah, he was hot wings.
Give
Yeah.
it up, dog.
Just watch him fuck up shit.
Did he
Chugged
snort
the whole
sauce or
bottle and then
something?
poured one in his eye.
Oh, the hot
Okay.
ones?
Yep.
50.
Makes sense.
Yeah, he chugged past the
50
bottle
years
at the
old.
end.
Yeah.
And fucking died.
I was gonna say,
It was
it's
bad.
like 3
Yeah,
hours
yeah.
on the toilet.
Yeah.
I can't imagine why.
All right.
The typical Steve-O.
Yeah.
Music City hot shits.
Yeah. But that
Old
was
Daniel
just
Rao
crazy.
knows about those.
I think we all know about
I know
those.
that.
I've only had Music City once.
Oh, really?
And I was drunk at Rao's house when I had it.
Yours
Isn't that
now?
your house?
Well, it was Rao's house when I had it. Now it's also mine.
Totally.
I have my room. Yeah.
That is what I say most of the time when I talk
Thanks,
to people.
wife.
I rouse out.
I'm going to Rat's house.
Yeah.
For Sean's party. Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually how it goes. Hey, you guys want to come to Dan's house for the party
Sean's
I'm
having
throwing?
a party at our house.
I mean,
really
he
all
lives
of you.
there, but
Yeah.
You want to go to
Does he have
Rat's
any
house,
roommates?
Sean?
Yeah.
How long do you think you guys could last if you it was a zombie invasion, but with the weird, freaky ones that run and shit?
Oh my
like
god.
28 days later.
Yeah, like those
Well,
kind of
Like
zombies.
Left 4 Dead,
I'd become a
like
zombie.
and shit.
Yeah, like Left 4 Dead kind of like exactly Left 4
run.
Dead zombies. You know,
I
you
was
got the
gonna
witches, you got the fucking kind of one. You know what I mean?
I guess as long as it takes to load one round in a 45.
Yeah.
I hope you can hit him in the
You
head.
don't need to do. No, you hit yourself in the head.
Oh,
That's what
I
he's
see,
getting
yeah,
at.
there
That's
you
what I
go.
mean. Just boom.
Exactly.
So I don't know,
Oh.
17 seconds. I can maybe load it a little faster. We'll see.
Brad just sees it on the news.
Yeah.
See, I think I'd want to do like the Predator method. Is you go and fight as many as you can, and then you have a bomb that blows yourself and everything up around you.
Okay, find me.
Oh, okay, like the
Yeah,
Left 4 Dead one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you know with what was it?
Yeah.
Dead Island or something?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Let me just go.
the
get
one
my
that had Ty
bomb.
Burrell, you know, when he's
Yeah.
like
Naturally,
starts
yeah.
getting
Yeah.
over by the
Government
zombies
is
in the
shooting
bus and he
bomb.
just blows up all the propane tanks and everything. It was one of the
What? Tom Morello?
There you go,
no, Ty Burrell. Like it's
Oh.
fucking an early one of the early zombie movies. They end up going to like a mall and all that
Oh,
shit.
that's
That's
Yeah.
Day of the Dead.
Day of the
Yeah.
Day of the Dead.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Where
the class.
she births the zombie baby.
Yeah, the old lady and then they're like ah, you know. Yep.
That is the one.
Yeah, it's Ty Burrell, Phil Dunsby from Modern Family's in it.
Is that the one with the, or is that Resident Evil? Where they're in the city?
They're in
on
the city.
the roof.
I think they're all in the city.
No, it's that one. No, yeah.
We're trying to get to the boat.
90%.
Yeah, yep, that's the one I'm talking about.
That's the one you're talking
Yeah.
about with the like the basketball player.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, and like all those guys, and like he ends up blowing himself up, like the weird one, kind of looked like Trevor from GTA,
Yeah. The dude
like
from
when
Sons
he's
of
in the
Anarchy,
bus,
isn't
and like
he?
just
Oh,
blows
he's
up
like
all
the
the.
head of the security guard.
Yeah, that guy. Like he ends up blowing up all the
Is
propane
John
tanks.
Wayne
He's like,
awesome?
"Get away, go! I got it." Then he blows himself up with propane.
And they fly to the.
Was that
the
John
ship.
Leguizamo?
And there's more on the ship.
No, it was not.
He was in one that was like.
I'd give myself like a good 2.5 months. Yeah,
That's a lot of
because I know
confidence.
me. I know me. I'd be like that dude, like just like that, but like, go! I got it, and completely just bit it.
Just go to fucking Wyoming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just
Yeah,
go to
shit,
Wyoming
yeah.
in a
Well, no,
heartbeat.
actually, I would just go to my family's ranch.
I was gonna say
There's that. We have water rights. We have an aquifer and shit, and we have
Water rights ain't
livestock.
gonna mean shit in a zombie apocalypse.
You need water and have livestock. We're good.
That you got quite a drive
There's
to make
all
it
that
there.
in Wyoming.
That's fine. I can build up
That's what
a
I'm saying.
cult
And they
following
all
on the way
go
there.
Million
so
cows
they'd probably
in
already be
Yeah,
dead.
but how long's that livestock gonna stay alive for?
I would just go to the memory care unit at the old folks' home.
There you go.
Yeah. It's in the bunker.
Yeah. I was gonna say, shit, dude, just give them all a gun. Like, hey, if anybody walks through that door, fucking shoot it. They'll do it.
No questions.
I just go to the elevator at the Uncommons.
You'll never get out.
Yeah, exactly. They
Never
can
get in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think something that you guys are overlooking though is when it happens is a major issue because if we're at work, we're all fucked regardless. It's-
Oh no, I'm taking that truck. I'm taking that truck and I'm going. Oh, there's zombies. Get in, let's go.
One scenario is definitely taking one of these.
Yeah, I'm taking one of the
Well,
trucks.
yeah.
If I'm on the job, I'm taking one of the trucks.
Well,
Fine.
except
But
Sprout,
again,
I
it's
don't
like
Sprout.
you're stuck in, okay, so if the zombie apocalypse hits, you don't know about it. We're like in the middle of a job, it hits at like 4 a.m. or something.
Well, what kind of
Everyone's
job are we
starting to
on
get
though?
Hold on, I'm getting there.
Does this
so
like, job
everyone's
have
starting to
guns?
get infected before we even get to work, right?
That's
We
the
all
next
show
zombie
up,
movie, dude.
and
It's
then
a movie.
we drive all the way to
We're all
Denver, and we're at like a 10th floor apartment or something when everything's going to shit down there. So if we're in Denver,
Used to be a good movie.
in the city center while all that shit's going down, like there's no way we are getting out
No.
of there,
Well, my
regardless
first-
of if we have a truck.
I mean,
or
my
not.
first thought though was like, do I have to finish this job then? Like,
absolutely.
Well, honestly, I know there's zombies coming and everything, but I really want my armoire
Yeah,
on the
everything
northwest
goes.
wall.
Can you guys take your shoes off?
It'd be just like COVID. They'd be like, you gotta put these things over your
Yeah.
arms so you don't get bit, but you still have to
They're
move
like
this
arm
shit.
bite protectors.
Yeah.
but there's-
That guy looks
still
really
use.
sweaty. Are you sure you're gonna get bit by a zombie? And it's just George fucking something just like
No, that's
sweat.
That's just George. It's just rowdy.
eating like other people.
that would be a lot.
That's it. He's over it.
Rouse eating another person. He's like, wait, do you have to be a zombie to do this?
I have another one.
My glucose is even loaded.
I usually eat in twos, so I need another.
You gonna finish your first?
He's gonna hear this.
I hope he does.
He knows.
He should have been here.
He knows he loves it.
Well, he's eating them mud bugs right now.
Like, nah, I could probably split down like
Huh?
4
What is he
people.
eating?
Mud
He
bugs.
took the day off for a
Crawfish.
boil.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
already
I didn't
eating.
Yeah,
even-
you told him about it, and then he took the day off for it.
Yeah.
The bugs
Lined
that
it
live
up
in
for his
mud.
vaccine and everything's like, well, I'll go get some mud bugs.
Yeah, might as well.
Was this like sanctioned or just a friend?
It's a league match.
What about the mud bugs? Where's he getting the mud bugs, Trey?
Playoffs.
I think it's
Did he stay in town?
These are
No, he's
qualifiers.
getting mud bugs. He's literally
He's
eating. I
with,
saw his
uh,
Snapchat.
No, I saw
I think
it
it's
too.
with Camp.
Camp. Yeah,
I think he might be
said
with
was
Camp.
Camp. Yeah.
So
What's
camp
the
location
location
too. Shit.
You were telling us about it like last Saturday.
No, I just told him about what I heard. I didn't know where it was or anything.
Well, he found
Figured it
it.
out.
He found it.
I
He
saw
probably went out
Snapchat
like,
today and it was a plate full of crawfish.
mud bugs are down southeast.
I reckon it's about 10-kilometer walk, so if we go now, we'll be there in time.
It'll still be sunny.
Yeah,
We take-
Still
still
take
be
a
light
drive.
out and have a beer maybe.
We get there real quick.
I'll bring J-Boy with me.
Yeah, is J-Boy there?
I guarantee he's
Probably.
probably there.
Yeah.
Guarantee it.
Oh shit! Well, shouldn't we have not done?
Okay, sorry guys, we're gonna cut this out. He just had a brain aneurysm.
What was the dumb shit we did this week? All right. How about this one? You guys were out a little later.
Oh yeah, it was totally fine. Other than, being Denver and nice smooth hour and 15-minute drive down and 2.5 hour drive back.
Oh, that's pretty classic Denver.
Yeah.
You guys packed and shit too, didn't you?
Yeah, we packed. It wasn't too bad. It was
There were
just,
a lot of very reasonable
lot of
people on
traffic.
the road.
Okay.
yeah.
Super reasonable. They all took their time, let
Yeah.
people in.
Yeah.
Oh, they
Stayed
all
in their
that.
lanes.
They
Stayed in
didn't
their
cut
lanes.
off the truck and slam on the brakes.
We
or
definitely
anything?
saw
No.
0 lane crossing.
Classic, man.
Huh.
We saw 0 lane crossing. We saw 0 people cutting anybody off. We
Lots
saw-
of turn signals.
Yeah,
That's
all the
awesome.
turn
Okay.
signals.
That's
So
good.
less
I hear.
than 5 near accidents.
That's pretty good.
That was way up. But
I mean, we saw that guy driving that bike lane for like a quarter of
Oh,
a mile,
God, yeah,
like heading
at
down
least.
like 287.
yeah.
And he made it worse if he was in a Jeep that like the E's or Punisher skulls.
I
We
was
did.
a rebel.
We did see that biker gang dude. I'm not gonna call. I'm not gonna
Oh,
say.
yeah.
I'm not gonna say what it is. I'm not gonna say which one, but it was
Daughters
about
of
it.
loudness.
Yeah. Okay, man. Yeah.
The
But
daughters of loudness. I
yeah,
love
that guy was riding. That dude was mobbing hard, dude. He had a death wish, and it was awesome.
Far,
dude-
far left fast
Oh,
lane.
dude.
Cut in
Going
front
like
of us,
fucking 85.
changed 2 more lanes, and just shot up the slow lane, and then cut back in. Like,
boys.
yeah,
been doing it a
no
long
signals,
time.
anything. Yeah.
He was just going, man.
He knows what he's about.
He had places to be.
Bringing this
Mostly
back.
drugs is what they do, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Because ain't no one fucking dude on a Harley, fucking fag bags full of fucking methamphetamine.
Cut off. It was a nice bike.
He's catching it.
I forgot about this in my elevator story, but they also had an advertisement that Grandpa Dick was coming.
I'll show you, Grandpa Dick.
Yeah.
Rampy dick.
He was coming to play.
That was another one that was real dumb that we saw recently. Not necessarily a bad story, but just like egregiously terrible as far as like humor is concerned. But there was we went to an old folks home and they had like they always have the advertisements for like movies and events that are going on and whatever, blah blah. So 2 things. One was they had a slow chair dance, which just sounded disgustingly horrifying because it's like, and see, I don't know if it was that or if
Or
it's
just
like
like people
strip
like
club
George out
style
there.
where like the old man sits in the chair and the woman whatever,
Both.
and then and either the opposite way around. I don't know, but it just sounded weird. But then they had the another thing that they're obviously trying to like hip up the old people because it was a
Like hip replacement?
no.
Oh.
Worse than that. So it was like text shorthand for old people or whatever. So it's like BRB was like bring some. God, I can't remember. That one was.
Oh, like the
one,
meme,
but-
like what your
Kinda.
old folks are talking about
Yeah,
when you see them
basically.
when they're
But it was like.
texting.
Yeah, all the like typical things like BRB, LMAO, or whatever, LOL, all that shit. But it's all just like old people stuff, and it was like, bring my new hip or whatever, and like fell down, probably get back up later or something. Just like the worst things you could possibly imagine.
We were
It
at
was
that
so
Oakwood
bad.
too. We were at the Oakwood 2 recently, and on the message board it was like, don't, or remember to not take your sleeping meds with your fucking laxatives. Like, damn. Yeah, you should remember that.
They had to put up a sign
But
for
obviously, no,
Yeah.
someone wrote that. It was probably the maintenance guy that's a total dick at that place.
I mean, will they go in and clean up shitty sheets?
Oh yeah.
They have to.
Well, that's maybe what the
Absolutely.
CNAs do. But then maintenance dude comes by with this crazy cart that he's got at that place. He's got every cleaner known to man, and he's fucking coming in there salty as fuck. One time, there's another elevator story. I was there at that place, that maintenance guy with Doug. And he wanted to get on the elevator, but I wasn't having it. And I was just like, and then we both watched him as the door closed, just like.
All I can picture
Good
is
fucking time. So Doug was kind of shocked that I was like doing this. He was and he was the one closest, like that he saw the longest.
Remember this face.
I just picture Ben Stiller from Happy Gilmore. As you said
That's
that.
what that place is like.
Now you pull landscaping, dude.
They're fucking. It's knitting time, motherfucker.
Any other dumb shit this
I don't
week?
have any stupid.
Yeah, this week was pretty chill.
I guess, yeah, not very dumb, but just gross. Yesterday was pretty bad as far as that's concerned. Like, one of those typical, you take the cushions off the couch and it like, kind of still looks like there's, like, crumbs and stuff. And then you actually pick it up and you dump it over and there's like full fucking cookies and like a bunch of random
Just
shit that you were like, oh, why the fuck would this be in your
snack
couch? That's disgusting.
Yeah.
And then the major other thing was the like master bedroom in the apartment we took apart, and the bottom box spring had like just the outside kind of skirt on it that there was puke on one corner for sure that we have no idea how long it was there. It looked like they had never cleaned it in their entire lives, and their dog obviously slept in the bed, so there was just giant clumps of hair everywhere, and like
So they were real
just the
apologetic about
nasty.
those soup
Oh,
stains?
they had no idea. And
So they're
didn't
not
say
getting
a
their
word.
safety deposit back.
But
what you're saying?
oh god, no! And then of course, naturally, it was a single female, and I won't go any deeper into that. But she was also enormously huge, probably like 350 pounds, and there was
About
at
$3.
least one, if not 2 or 3, used condoms under the bed as well that were just laying on the
Someone's
floor.
whale catcher.
Sweet.
She knows what she's got.
God, I love that.
Hey, she's safe.
All right, I got a good one. Dumbest jobs you've done. I'll go first. I say probably the dumbest one was with you, Boot. When we went to Casper, and it took us 20 minutes to load everything up.
Oh, yeah.
We spent 8 hours driving.
Well, that shit happens when like a company pays for someone's move. But that was seriously a mattress and like 7 boxes.
Yeah, it was like a mattress,
4
7
fucking hours
boxes, and
just
like
for-
literally the dumbest
for no
shit.
reason.
Which is fine.
No.
Yeah, that sounds like a good day.
No. I think
Man,
the worst.
driving to Casper, Wyoming is. pretty
I'm still
whack.
waiting for that day, man. when
Oh,
they're
the
like,
worst part was.
Hey, man, we got this job where you need to drive out to, fucking Omaha, Nebraska, and then just drive back. And I'll be like, all right, cool.
It'll happen
No
sometime.
furniture.
You have to pick
all
anything
boxes.
up?
The dumbest part about that is that's when Goose's gas gauge was broken.
Oh yeah, we were freaking out
Yep.
that we were gonna fucking run out of gas.
Like coming back from Casper and everything, and the
We're
dip part.
fucking riding the needle for like an hour, and then we go and fuel up, and we put in
It was like $15.
15, 20.
Yeah.
It was so bad because we were so nervous. We were like, "Dude, we run out of fucking gas out here." Yeah, we did.
There's no fucking way, man. It's like 300 miles. Not even.
You're just burning through gas.
Yeah.
It's all those hills and those winds.
It's probably because you didn't put the fucking caps back on. So it's just all over the highway.
Oh, wasn't
No,
you
there
I
was
was with
gas.
one day? We got to like fucking Greeley, and you were like backing up, and I fucking started waving my arms for you to stop. Sprinted to the side of the truck and just closed the fucking gas tank.
I think I do remember that.
Yeah, because I remember I saw something leaking, saw it happening, waved my arms frantically, sprint to the side of the truck, closed. I was like, we didn't fuel up today. Like we drove all the way. Like,
Yeah, that sounds right. There was one time with you, Boot, we were on a long haul, and we got gas, and I was like, we pulled out back onto the interstate, and I was like, shit, I don't remember if I put the gas cap on. And I pulled off at the next one, and sure enough, that shit was open. I saved the day that time. Not like Miles, but Miles is. Should we do Miles next week? Should we do a Miles
we
week?
could go a flock.
Okay, well, yeah. Let's do
Not ready.
Let's do a Miles next week.
Sean, remember when that lighter exploded? Your lighter exploded?
Yes! That was so good. Because okay, I'll tell I remember exactly what happened. My lighter fell out of the truck, and like Bennett's moving the fucking truck. And
Rao was driving.
Yeah, Rao went over my lighter, and I look over like, Thor, my lighter! Can you go grab it and see if it works? Because I heard the truck went over like, go see if it works. I see him go over there, walk over there, pick it up, and I just see him light it up into a spark. His whole hand.
Yeah, my hand was just like engulfed in flames. Then I threw it on the Custy's dead grass as he's just watching me. So I'm just like violently trying to kick this out. And he comes over and he's like, "Yeah, did that just blow up in your hand?" I was like, yes, it did. Trying to keep my cool. I'm on the job right now. But yes.
We are professionals. They're totally having us back out too.
It was so good. I walked in all happy. I was like, I think that lighter might be fucked up. I'm gonna have Thor go fucking just saw it happen. I was like, good, thank God I didn't do that. Fuck.
God, that shit's so funny.
We'll do a week 2 of dumbest thing you've done in front of a customer. That's
Okay.
We need to do that again.
A couple of teasers going on.
We gotta keep.
I've got plenty.
Look forward to.
Jimmy,
Yeah, because someone's totally listening to this for 45 minutes at this point or whatever.
I listened to it.
Did you?
You gotta tease me along. Yeah, me.
I listened to
this
this last week's. This week. Yeah.
All right, last week's was pretty good. I'm glad.
Trey, dumbest job.
Today's. No, I'm just kidding.
Anytime you have to pack someone.
Yeah, anytime
that's
you're
for
working.
Yeah.
No, it's probably the job where you had to move the snake aquariums or the snake boxes. So pythons they had in there.
They're terrariums?
Yeah, whatever they're called, dude.
Snake aquarium.
I like Snake Aquarium. It's a great band.
There are aquatic
That
snakes.
is. Up next we have Snake Aquarium.
That chick was listening to like Comcast music or whatever.
Oh,
That's
today,
probably
There was
my
a
snake
band-
aquarium.
There was a band
hate all of you.
called Pigeons Play Ping Pong.
Yes!
I know pigeons play ping pong.
Yeah.
Thor,
It's
you look like you know
son.
pigeons play
It's
ping
the
pong.
wook shit that I don't like. But yeah.
He was whack for sure.
What shit you don't like?
There's a lot of
Trey,
wook shit I don't like.
the snake aquariums.
No, I hate all of you.
Elaborate on some snake aquariums.
I hate all of you.
Tell us the story at least. We already made fun of you. You gotta.
Well, no, like these things weren't clean. They're like
not
leaking
worth
shit and piss. Or Brad explained it one
No,
time.
yeah, snakes don't piss.
Yeah,
It's
it's like
cloaca juice.
They have a cloaca.
Yeah, but it
And
smells like
it all
shit.
comes out at the same, but either way it can be watery.
It's
and
disgusting.
Yeah.
Make some
Now,
expensive
quick
coffee.
question.
And I hate snakes.
So do I.
And they were tweakers, and it was just a terrible day.
But I didn't know. Because I have this theory.
Snakes were tweaked.
If you have snakes or lizards, you have to have swords.
Brad.
Did that guy have swords?
Damn right,
Oh,
novelty
Because there's so many times I think you were on that job with me
No.
one time. I saw like this guy's like snakes and lizards. Like, oh, dude, do you have swords? It's like, honestly, yeah, I actually have swords. And that girl was like, son of a bitch. I knew it.
No, he had swords. He had one of the what's called a stiletto.
Yeah,
The three prong, the Ninja Turtle shit, the Donatello.
Yeah, it's like,
Well, he had one of
The
those.
side.
A bunch of
Carmen
knives.
Electra thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
with the three.
The three things.
Yeah.
No, Raphael. Raphael.
Raphael,
Yes,
that's
size.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, size.
Turns.
Yes,
Yeah.
very true.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like when you own lizards or snakes, you either have swords or some kind of stabbing thing.
Yeah.
Or guns.
Yeah.
So it's either you have one of.
Personal protector of Evotech.
I've moved a lot of like people to have snakes. They usually have swords, and that's just a thing I've kind of come up with on my own.
Yeah.
It's been true most of the time.
Lizards?
Not a reptile.
Oh, dude, I'll get some blizzards. I'll get some blizzards, dog.
is that that new shit from Dairy Queen?
It's just fucking vanilla ice cream with like some fucking beer bratwurst and everything chopped up in
It's
there.
gotta be mustard ice cream.
It's just all yellow with like chunks of fucking meat in
It's
it.
like they put a sausage in
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
mustard and some ice cream, blend her up.
Grilling.
All right, here's your blizzard.
They hold it upside down.
Instead of a straw, it's like a hollowed out hot dog and everything they give you.
Oh no!
Yeah, turn it upside down and all the polish falls off.
Empty hot dog full of ice cream.
I think the cone is there, then you wiener, then you mayonnaise that wiener, then vanilla swirl around, then dip it in the red.
All right, guys, I'm out. I'm done.
All right.
It's probably about that time.
Yeah, this podcast got derailed.
Yeah. I don't think we got derailed. I think it's pretty breaking.
Yeah.
for us.
Ended on a high
Listen,
note, and
we-
we definitely did with the Glizzard.
Yeah, the Glizzard is pretty classic.
You should name the podcast has to, like, the title of this has to be the Glizzard.
We'll throw it at the end. I'm trying to do better with those podcast titles. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Once we
Let's get
spin
it.
it,
Let's see it,
it's a
Thor.
process.
He missed.
Thor, do
All right.
another one.
Brad's leaving. That's episode 3. Anybody want to say something? Goodbye.
I'm
I think
bueno.
we've said all that can be said.
Can we get a
Glizzard!
Give me a hell yeah if you want to end this podcast.
Oh, yeah.